Coming up now on Animal Outtakes, ho, ho, ho! Animal Outtakes is getting into the holiday spirit. We know Santa's reindeers can fly without wings. Is there any other mammal that can lift off too? Our Inspector Planet is taking off herself to find out.
Rudolph Powers!
And presents, food, guests, it's not just hectic for you this time of year, but for your animals too. The folks at Cat Depot show us ways to make sure your pets stay merry. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Animal Outtakes is in its 7th season, and we've had some fun adventures. And this is the time of year to really stop and think about what we all are truly thankful for. And for me, one of those things is Dante's Den. Dante's Den began as an idea my husband Don and I had. We weren't quite sure what we wanted to do with it. We wanted it to be a rescue, but then we wanted it to be so much more. And we kind of tossed around some ideas, put them together, and made a plan. But Don became ill and passed away, so unfortunately, he didn't get to see this. But I'm living this for the both of us every day here at Dante's Den. In 2011, we purchased 50 acres of beautiful land in Mayaca City, Florida. From the moment we broke ground, I knew it was going to be something special. As I said, we knew it was going to be a rescue facility, but we soon realized there were services needed we hadn't yet imagined. We are so much more than a rescue. Now we do have dogs up for adoption. What we try and do is get those dogs from other agencies that are on death row. Many times we've rescued them minutes away from that horrible, horrible demise. Here at Dante's Den, they receive care from our loving staff and volunteers. They are touched and they are held and told how special they are. They receive top-notch medical attention right here in our own veterinarian hospital. And they play, and they swim. They rest in comfort and safety. And we promise that they can live out their days here or be united with a forever family. But then there are other programs that we have, like our Semper Paw, which is designed for our military personnel who get deployed and they don't have anybody to leave their dogs with. We take them here at Dante's Den, and then when their owners come back, they get their dogs back. And we have beautiful and tearful, happy reunions. In some cases, we may not return or circumstances may not allow us to care for our animals. We need to plan for our dogs because they can't speak for one another. We have to speak for them. And this brings us to the hallmark of what we do at Dante's. We call it lifetime care. We are blessed at Dante's Den to offer programs like these, to provide the best services and facilities, and we look forward to growing as the need for our dogs expands. At the end of the day, there is something that far surpasses the brick and mortar, and that's the care. After our heavy work is done, we do go in. We do love them. We sit in their dens. We read to them, and they are watched, loved all day long. You know what? It's just the best place to be a dog. We are so happy to announce a blessed event at Dante's Den. We have these adorable puppies that were born approximately 2 weeks ago. When we received the call to come and get a family of 3, we had no idea that that family was going to be 10. And aren't they absolutely precious? We're going to give them the best start that they could probably have as a puppy, and then start growing. And then they will go on their way to other adventures and have their own dreams. We wish you all the luck.
My name is Courtney. I'm the manager here at Dante's Den, and this here is one of my favorite dogs, and his name is Kylo. He's a 5-year-old. He's a mixed breed. Dante's received a call from a kill shelter that he was going to be euthanized, and of course Dante's snatched him right up. Kylo stands out to me because he's just a happy dog. He likes to play, he likes life, he loves everything. Well, I think they all bring me a certain piece of joy. But Kylo, he brings happiness. He makes you love life, just like he does. All Kylo needs is a little bit of training, don't you, buddy? And you'll make somebody a wonderful pet.
Coming up next on Animal Outtakes, Dr. Tracy is making a list and checking it twice. She's looking into the sky to see how reindeers fly.
Rudolph Powers!
That's next.
People have asked me what it'll cost to restore all the corals back to the way they remember. But I have to ask them, what will it cost if we don't do anything?
Every dog deserves a lifelong, loving home. Dante's Den provides a pristine, comfortable haven for dogs that have been abandoned or surrendered by their owners. We ensure every pup in our Joyful Dogs adoption program receives lots of love and attention, is properly immunized, spayed or neutered, and is in good health. Prospective pet parents undergo a thorough adoption review to ensure a lifetime of love and care. Find your new furry best friend at Dante's Den. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call us at 941-219-3730. Dante's Den, continuing the love. Science is everywhere and it's all around us. It's observing the world, forming questions, and the willingness to find the answers. It's something our Inspector Planet does every day, and you can too.
My name is Dr. Tracy Fanara, research scientist and environmental engineer. At Moat Marine Laboratory, I use investigation and experimentation to answer questions.
Okay. Rudolph Powers!
Well, that didn't work. I guess I'm more like an ostrich or a penguin. Wings that are pretty much useless. Reindeer don't have wings though. Are there any other animals in the animal kingdom that can fly without wings? Inside this pouch is an animal that doesn't have wings, but it can fly. It's actually a marsupial, so related to the kangaroo, it has a pouch too. So this is a pouch within a pouch. Sugar gliders use their arms, legs, tail, and a special webbed membrane to launch themselves from higher elevations to lower elevations, bringing them distances more than 160 feet away. So as it turns out, sugar gliders don't actually fly, they glide. In fact, I don't know any mammal in the animal kingdom that doesn't have wings that can actually fly. However, there are over 300,000 unclassified species, and this does not rule out flying reindeer. Remember guys, magic is only science we don't understand yet. Anyone can be a scientist or an engineer with some passion, hard work, and innate curiosity of how the world works.
Hi, my name is Nikki. I am a kennel tech, and this is Miss Callie. Her story is she used to be a bait dog. She came to us actually on 2 separate occasions. The first occasion she was pretty beat up and we got her, and Marsha posted her. Somebody claimed her, so we gave her back. When she was here, Marsha had microchipped her, and not long after that she ended up in a local Humane Society dog pound type situation. The microchip came back as from Dante's, so they gave her a call, and she ended up back with us pretty tattered and bruised again from the fighting, so we took care of her. Pit bulls have such a bad name, and she's so sweet. She's just a loving dog, and this is what a pit bull could be, raised by the right family. And even though she's been through so much, she could be such a hateful dog, and she's not.
Can I have tears here? Thank you, baby.
'Tis the season of giving back and helping those that are less fortunate, whether they be humans or animals. Here at Dante's Den, the spirit of the season continues year-round with the care we provide to Dante's dogs. Just like Santa, Paws can't do it all himself. Neither can we. We're lucky to have the overwhelming love and generosity of our community. And this year is no different. Hundreds came out to support Dante's Den for our annual fundraiser. Dogs and owners alike strutted their stuff to see who would be crowned top dog. The theme? Doggies Do Disco. And it sure was groovy. Awards were given for Best Kisser, Best Dressed, and Best Wag. All money raised for Top Dog goes directly to Dante's Den and towards continuing the care. Stay with us. There's more animal outtakes coming up next. Sure, the holiday season can be busy for you, and it can also be an anxious time for your pets. whether your best friend has been with you for a while or is new to your family. The folks at Cat Depot have some yowie Catmas tips for us to make the holiday go a little smoother for everybody.
Well, welcome to Cat Depot, which is a free roaming animal rescue here in Sarasota County. Apart from kitten season, the holidays and December specifically is the most busy time of year here at Cat Depot because people have time off, and when people have time off, what they love is to get a cat, the gift that keeps on giving. You can get a cat one year, and then for the next 20 years, you've got lifelong companion, you've got hilarious Instagram photos, and you've got a warm, fuzzy buddy to cuddle up to you at night. Well, even when you're not adopting a new animal, the holiday season is busy and complicated for most of us. We've got people coming over, we've got gifts to buy, we've got decorations to put up, and one thing you don't want to worry about is hurting your furry family member. I know one of my favorite parts of the holiday season is the exciting and flashy decorations we all get to put up. But you do have to be a little concerned about your furry friends while you're decking the halls and trimming your tree. You might be aware, if you've had pets before, that you need to keep the small breakable ornaments off the bottom of the tree so that your dog or your cat don't push them off. But there's a couple other things you need to be concerned about, especially if you've got young or energetic pets. For one thing, you'll notice this tree here is decked out with cat-friendly paper ornaments that even if they do get to and chew up, won't do much damage. But if you are the kind of person who likes big flashy tinsel decorations, you might want to skip it this year if you've got a furry friend at home. Because while dogs have the most reputation for eating tinsel, even a cat who's just curious might accidentally ingest the small metallic fibers just by going up too close and checking it out. So instead I would put something that's a little more pet friendly, maybe paper, or even these lights are less likely for the cat to try to chew. But if you do have a cat who is a wire chewer, or if you've got a lot of these new exciting electrical cords hanging and dangling around, even a cat who usually avoids them might start to chew on them or bat at them. So you might want to tuck them away or roll them up to make a less attractive target for your new kitty. And the second thing, this kitten is giving this tree a look today because you might think it's a myth, but kittens will absolutely climb your Christmas tree. So make sure you've got a sturdy base and maybe a tether hidden to a wall or a ceiling to make sure that tree is not going to tip over on little Harpo here. Another ubiquitous aspect of our holiday plans, love it or hate it, is having a lot of guests at your house. And while you might be very excited to see mom and siblings and nieces and nephews, your cats might be a little less excited. So one important thing, even if you have dogs or other animals, is to keep an area free of guests, maybe a back bedroom, so that your animal can have a little sanctuary in case they get overwhelmed. That'll keep them happy and healthy, and it'll cut down on the possibility of them getting sick or stressed out. But also you can use that area when people are coming in or when you're unloading the car. You can keep the animal back in that bedroom, close the door, to cut down on the possibility that they'll just run out the open door while your guests are coming in and out. Because while you might be absolutely cautious and thorough about keeping that door closed at all times, your guests might not be quite as aware if they don't have pets at home.
Cookies are meant to be left out for Santa and not our pets. You know, there's a lot of ho-ho no-nos at this time of the year.
If your pet is anything like Rudder here, sometimes they tend to wind up on the naughty list. But here are some tips that might help keep your pet on track and safe this holiday season. The holidays just wouldn't be the same without a Christmas tree. But whether it's real or fake, it can still be dangerous. Keeping those decorations and light strands off the lower branches can help limit any temptations from your pet to bite or play with them. Food, there is a ton of it this time of year, from chocolates and cookies, but don't give in to those sad eyes. You're not being a Grinch. Certain foods can cause big problems for your pet. Some can even be deadly. And any of the scraps of meat you may end up with, avoid giving them to your dog. Many vets see an increase of dogs coming in with pancreatitis this time of year. The cause? Fatty meats. So the best advice to keep your pet healthy? Stick to their normal diet. Nothing says a holiday like the smell of pine or peppermint or cinnamon. Candles are great, but you want to make sure to keep them up high and out of reach to your dog or cat. Those little tails can cause big problems. And same applies if you're planning to heat some scented oils. If your kitty was to have just a few licks, this stuff could be toxic to them. Pet will be sure to have a doggone happy holiday.
I'd like to introduce you to one of my most favorite boys here at Dante's Den. This is 18 years young, Jake. And Jake is a lifetime care resident here, which means he came here a couple of years ago and he is living out his life here at Dante's Den. And he's enjoying himself every day. But his mom does miss him. And so about every month, she comes out to spend a wonderful afternoon with him. And he plays with her and he kisses her and he does all sorts of cute things. And then he comes back to us and we take care of him. And then we repeat the process the next month. Now he's really a medical miracle. He is totally blind at this point. He is deaf. And when he came to us, he was almost in total renal failure. And so we got our doctors together and we put our heads together and we said, come on, Jake, you got to help us. We're going to make you as healthy as we possibly can. And so we started our magic, and he was a great patient. He would do everything that we wanted him to do. And you know what his treat was when he took his medication? Green beans. And he loves these green beans. And so he looks forward to them. And now I am happy to say, after about 2 years, that he has been given a wonderful, wonderful report card. His eyes are still the same, and we think his hearing is a little selective. He'll come to us when he wants to, and otherwise he'll just turn and walk away. But his renal failure is totally under control, and we couldn't be happier. So Jake, and to your mom, Ruth, we wish you all a very happy holiday, and may you have Christmas miracles like we've had with Jake. Stay with us. There's more Animal Outtakes holiday episode coming up next. Every dog deserves a lifelong loving home. Dante's Den provides a pristine, comfortable haven for dogs that have been abandoned or surrendered by their owners. We ensure that every pup in our Joyful Dogs adoption program receives lots of love and attention, is properly immunized, spayed or neutered, and is in good health. Prospective pet parents undergo a thorough adoption review to ensure a lifetime of love and care. Find your new furry best friend at Dante's Den. For more information, go to dantesden.org. Dante's Den, continuing the love. It's with great sadness that we announce the passing of Dante's Den facilities manager, Luke Rister. Luke was a kind and charismatic young man who leaves behind devoted friends and family, including the dogs here at Dante's Den. He had a special bond with all of the dogs, but he had an uncanny ability to connect with our special needs dogs who sensed his kind and generous spirit.
So this is Coda. I picked him because he's the most unique out of all the dogs here. He arrived here with cigarette burns on his nose from his last owners. He was a pet shop dog. So I would never ever had him try to bite anybody. He might bark at you and he might growl at you, but he's just showing you that that's his territory in there. And once you get him out from behind the glass, he's the sweetest dog as can be. He can tell the difference between the good and the bad in people. He trusts me enough to do anything. I've given him baths. I mean, he doesn't really let anybody give him baths. He's just Coda. Right, Coda?
Growing up around animals, Luke was a natural animal whisperer. He would even work with Dante's herd of miniature cows and our donkey. He was the one who could wrangle them all. He was a huge part of the Dante's family, and he will be missed. Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. We hope you had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. We'll be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching, and happy holidays from everyone here at Dante's Den and Animal Outtakes. The folks at Cat Depot have some meowy catmas. Coming up now on Animal Outtakes, ho, 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 it's our what?
Ho, 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 it's our holidays. Come on, Marcia.
Rudolph Powers! Okay. Okay.